Once upon a time, far off in outer space, there was a planet called Krington, which was full of kind and giving creatures called Kringles. However, a neighboring race of aliens called Humbugs hated the Kringles' cheer and decided to destroy Krington forever. Moments before destruction, the wise King Mondo Claus placed his only son in an escape pod and sent him to Earth, carried by 8 of Krington's indigenous flying caribou. The creatures carried the young alien boy whose name was Santa all the way to our planet Earth. Years later, Santa was discovered living in the forest with his animal friends by a team of forensic investigators. He was sent to live in a foster home and go to school. He was given the name Kris Kringle to help him assimilate into society. But Santa couldn't hide who he was for long. You see, young Santa had powers not of this earth. As he grew up, he discovered he had the power to read minds, slow down time, shrink himself at will, and never die. When the people of Earth discovered the fantastic visitor among them, they were elated. At last, there was a true hero in their midst. Some people of Earth liked Santa so much that they began to worship him like a deity from the heavens. Every December on Santa's birthday, groups of pagan worshippers would chop down trees and bring them into their homes to symbolize Santa's early life in the wild. Then they would decorate the trees to represent Santa's interstellar origins. As the pagans grew in number, ministers and church officials around the country began to grow concerned. You see, they had been celebrating their own holiday, Christmas, for a very long time, and these new traditions made them understandably a little nervous. Some people even accused Santa of being some sort of magical demon sent to dupe and deceive the human race. It wasn't long before Santa began receiving angry letters asking him to denounce the godless holiday he had unwittingly begun. Others lobbied for him to return to space altogether. Using his mind powers, Santa wrote up a list of every good Christian's name and address and sent them letters asking if both holidays could perhaps be celebrated side by side each year. Santa also slowed time to make them all handcrafted gifts and included those for good measure. His plan worked. Santa's critics were so impressed by his Christ-like generosity that they decided to let him share in Christmas, indeed the most sacred of their religious celebrations. The idea left everyone happy. Christmas remained the dominant solstice holiday, and Santa was allowed to remain on Earth. When the following Christmas rolled around, Santa knew what to do. As a show of good faith, he sent each and every Christian child various toys. Not surprisingly, Christmas became more popular than ever. As the population increased, Santa's toy-making duties became a full-time job. He moved to the North Pole and constructed a toy shop of solitude from which he could focus his energies on the massively benevolent task of constructing toys for 33% of the Earth's children. He still lives there today. Santa converted his Kringtonian escape pod into a full-fledged sleigh and trained his caribou friends to pull it. Even then, it takes Santa about 3 years to deliver all the presents worldwide on Christmas Eve. But because he can slow down time, we never know the difference. That's why the Christians of the world leave snacks by the fireplace, to keep Santa going on his tremendous journey. All those cookies are probably why Santa now has red rosy cheeks and a big round belly. That and years of inactivity. When he's asked, he tells people that he's found a wife and lives in the North Pole with all sorts of little friends, but no one really believes him. They just smile, nod, and think about how lucky we Earthlings are to have someone as jolly as Santa.
Ho, ho.